How do you see your team going forward? You like what LaFleur? You like what LaFleur's doing out there?
I do. He's taking a bunch of average Joes and really inspiring us to be better, to be okay with ourselves first and to be like, we are great already. But then you just gotta, work on just the little things.
Well, sometimes you gotta dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge your way to victory in the NFL. And at the beginning of your relationship with Mr. LaFleur, there was a lot of chatter because one misquote, I believe, where you weren't allowed to change the play at the beginning. Then after it was a wild scene. That became a firestorm on the internet, by the way. Then after the game, you guys had that magical moment that'll live on forever in his career, literally for the rest of his career. His first win as a head coach, you gave him the game ball. It was like a magical moment. It was a peek inside your relationship that hasn't been talked about since the firestorm happened. How are you and LaFleur coming together?
Dude, we gotta be going the phone here, bro.
Is there no sound there, or was that the question?
I don't think it was the question, to be honest.
My God. Is his name LaFleur?
Yeah.
Him just rolling with a complete dodgeball answer, by the way, is one of my favorite things. Yeah, the whole world at the beginning was like, yeah, these two are going to hate each other. LaFleur's already saying that Aaron Rodgers can't audible. Aaron Rodgers can't change the play. And I would assume that was not how it all went down, because I think even later LaFleur said, I would be making a big mistake if I didn't let Aaron Rodgers make decisions. Yeah. So I'll be excited to hear if we ever get him back on what his answer is to that whole thing, because nobody has talked about Aaron Rodgers and that guy getting along potentially. It's always been the opposite way.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's very, very hard to think that you have Aaron Rodgers, who's been incredible, but two-time MVP, Super Bowl winner, that you're not going to let Aaron Rodgers make checks at the line.
Why wouldn't you? And I wonder why Aaron Rodgers always has this narrative that there's drama around him, right? His brother goes on The Bachelor, and all of a sudden that gets spun into drama. And I think it's because he's so good. He's talked about by everybody, and he seems to be just this cool dude. But the media and him, I don't think have a great relationship.
I think it's the indifference thing too.
Kill him with indifference.
Yeah, like it makes it seem like he doesn't care
because he doesn't. About him,
and that's what Cutler got killed for too. He killed people with indifference too. I mean, definitely not as good as Aaron Rodgers. There were a lot more interceptions and looked like he didn't care on the sideline. But
easy. The Cutler didn't deserve.
No,
he's big time reality.
If I had to pick
star.
A best friend in this entire world, it would be Jay Cutler.
Yeah, you do love him.
I would like to see Aaron Rodgers in a reality TV show post football. I bet you he would crush just like Jay Cutler is. Right?
Oh, just like that type of reality show, not on a reality show that already exists. Like he's not going on Survivor.
No, Aaron Rodgers is creating his. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he would go on Survivor and win it. I would assume he's a resourceful guy. Mm-hmm. Resourceful guy, smart guy. Is he on right now, Ty? Oh, they're calling in now. We don't get the FaceTime, so I don't get to see him. I wonder if that's our fault. Who do you think's fault that
I
was?
would assume they have a really bad internet connection where he's at in that building.
Well, it looks like Todd's putting it on them.
Yeah, you just immediately pointed fingers at the Green Bay Packers.
Directly at LaFleur.
I mean, it worked for Triple H yesterday. So,
and he was calling us from Madison Square Garden. Pretty old place, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Also a different place, though.
I don't think there's cell phone towers in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
That's what. Hey, Green Bay was a cool city. I got to go chance to call that Lions-Packers game last year. Green Bay is a fun city. Outside the stadium, too, they got this entire, festival that happens every single game. They got this Mason Crosby owns a bar right there in the corner. I mean, it's a pretty awesome.
It's by far the biggest thing in the city, so they should celebrate it every
I think we have an incredible football player back on the line. Aaron, are you there?
Did you say Mason Crosby owns a bar?
Yeah, it's right across the street from the stadium there. I was told right to my face that he does, unless they were just pandering to me. Is that accurate?
I don't think that's accurate.
Bro, I went right into that game I was calling, too, and I dropped it, I think, middle of the second quarter. I was like, right across the street, got a beer at Mason Crosby's place.
They're making so much money at that bar, saying it's Mason Crosby's.
Oh, man. What a great idea.
By the way, if you want to stop by Aaron Rodgers' bar here in Indianapolis, Indiana, it's right down the street. Hey, let's get back to this. This is I think you haven't had the chance to talk about this, and you should. At the beginning of your relationship with Mr. LaFleur, The only thing that came out, it was negative. It was spun negative that he wasn't going to let you audible. And then that got a firestorm on the internet about everything. And you're always talked about by everybody. It's just the way it is. You're an incredible football player. And then after the game, you have that incredible moment where you hand him the game ball for his first head coach victory. It was like a nice peek inside your relationship with him. How is the team? How has it been with him? And what are you excited about working with him moving forward?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, we spent a lot of time together. It's been a really good partnership, sharing ideas and creativity. And obviously when you see the kind of work that he puts in, that gives some instant kind of respect to the relationship, because he is a grinder. And, he's always, texting me or FaceTiming me or calling me, and it's like, 9 o'clock. I'm, at my house, obviously, and he's at the stadium. I'm like, go home, man. What are you doing? But he's always, hey, what do you think about this? Or, hey, what about this? Or, hey, did you see this? So there's been a lot of great communication. It was fun, when our defense, after JK's punt, and then our defense, holding them there on the last drive. I really, just wanted to make sure I grabbed that ball because, like I said, it's not every day you win your first NFL game as a head coach, and it doesn't matter if you're, Matt Say's 39 or Vic Fangio who's 61. First time head coaches. There's got to be something really special about that, knowing all the hard work you put in over the years to kind of put yourself in this position to finally be the guy, and getting your first win is a pretty big deal.
I am so happy to hear that, by the way, just because of this. Your career has been such an incredible one to watch. So many magical plays, magical moments. And then there was a transition phase there at the end of last year. And whenever I came into the city, into the building there for the Lions Packers and talking to everybody, the future was one that everybody was very excited about. So whenever the negative press came out early about you two, I think there was a lot of people who were like, damn, not this. And I'm so happy to hear that things are going to be great moving forward. You mentioned it, not me. You have 22 game-winning drives in your career, 22. Peyton Manning is at the top of the thing with 50 or something like that. I was on a couple of those teams. It was a cardiac situation every single game. It was like, who knows what's going to happen. But J.K. Scott now has one game-winning punt under his belt. Would you like to comment about that?
I can't believe the flexibility. I really can't.
That's real.
His foot, his leg that straight and that high. I mean, I've done a lot of yoga in my time, but that looks painful to me. But I think you made a disparaging remark about how old he looks. So I want to give you a chance to apologize to JK if you want. Not saying you're wrong, but JK, I was laughing with Tom, my PR guy here. I said, it's a big day for the defense and special teams when the punter has more cameras on him than I did at my press conference. So.
It's good for the brand.
JK is a little different personality-wise than you, Pat, but I'm sure I've seen you make friends and get along with just about everybody except for Ray Allen. So I think you could probably get along with him.
Hey, Ray. That golf tournament, by the way, that you and Chris Paul put on down the Bahamas, you personally donated $10,000 to every single participant in that thing, and then it was matched by the Bahamar people. T's and P's, by the way, the Bahamas. Hope everything works out down there.
Mm-hmm.
But that golf tournament that you put on for a good cause was a beautiful event. Everybody was so nice to me, including Scottie Pippen, who dunked on me, but Ray Allen just was not a fan, Aaron, just not a fan.
Well, you can't please everybody, right, Pat?
That's what they say.
One of my favorite moments, though, was the kind of the welcome dinner, and I kind of came over to you and I said, "Hey, Pat, know you've been on tour with your stand-up. Do you mind doing a couple minutes?" And you were like, "Nah, not doing it," which is great, which is fine. But then I got up there, Chris and I were talking, and we're kind of going back and forth, and I'm introducing my team, and when I introduce, Pat McAfee. You come right up, and not only did you do some stand-up, but you got the crowd going. That was impressive.
It gets the people going. I don't even know what I said up there.
What does that even mean?